Alright everybody, welcome once again, gentlemen and ladies of course. We've got our meeting tomorrow with Mr. Bonovitz and the board at Duane Morris, and it's a good idea to make a good impression. Right, boss? Joan, baby, show us what you've got.
Sure, honey. So, for the vision, it's providing legal services while maintaining a culture of equality, collegiality, and mutual respect. On the board here, you will see the strategy map. There is the financial perspective, which is to expand revenue opportunities, utilize the asset, for example. Now, how do they get there? Through learning and growth perspectives. Some examples of those would be quantitative information through profit accounting and strategic decision-making through data and reports. The process perspective would be client satisfaction programs and to take on new contingency cases. All of this, of course, leads to the customer perspective. So we leverage our Quaker heritage and values at delivering high-quality service that builds and maintains positive relationships while meeting our shareholder expectations. Does that hit the spot, Harry?
Okay, so the reasons for growth strategy are, at Duane Morris they have two growth strategies. One is lift outs and two is growth through mergers. The reason for lift outs is so they can poach people that directly line up with the Duane Morris culture, which is very important. This allows them to save a few bucks on the cultural training they'll have to invest in these new employees. The new employer can choose those individuals that fit the Duane Morris credo, and also benefit from the new customers who have existing relationships with those employees. Secondly, it offers Duane Morris the opportunity to access a high-performing team of professionals. This is also known as team recruiting, where the employer will benefit from those existing tangible or intangible values of team chemistry and gain access to those lucrative markets. Second reason for their growth strategy involves mergers. It allows Duane Morris to maintain its rapid growth of pace, which is very important. And secondly, it obtains a large number of employees within a functioning firm, which they can take under the Duane Morris name. And with that, they realize existing current revenues, a current customer base, and those high functioning teams. That okay, boss? Now, Faye, can you go over the levers of control? Faye, pay attention.
So our risk calculator came up with a risk score. This is a calculation between the likelihood and the impact. So the first and most important risk is the loss of culture through the hiring process. The implications here are the loss of corporate identity and teamwork, and the creation of a low morale and the decrease of productivity. The second most important risk is the inability to foster familiarity throughout offices. The potential implication here is the reduction of integration and cross-training and not using top resources in the most productive way. The third is difficulty in maintaining greater consensus. The implication is reduced employee buy-in and increased employee turnover. The fourth is partner mobility. The implication here is the lack of employee commitment to organization and goals and the potential for increased time and resources spent on training these new employees. And finally, disconnect with corporate values. The implication is could lead employees to gaming the system or decreasing quality of work and ultimately customer service.
So I think right now would be the best time to do the balanced scorecard.
Give me a link.
Oh yeah, honey. There we are.
So I think now would be the best time to discuss that balanced scorecard.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
This is the 1950s. You men had better get the times.
Can I have an aspirin?
Alright, so this is our balanced scorecard for Duane Morris. We're going to start with a learning and growth perspective.
So their first objective here is to recruit and retain key employees, which will be measured through the promotion rate, turnover rate, as well as absenteeism. Second of all, they want to educate their employees, which will be measured through the percent of employees who reach level 1 certified, and they want to increase CSR engagement, which will be logged through the number of hours dedicated as well as the initiatives formed. Onto the internal perspective, there are a number of objectives that they want to obtain. First of all, to have an integration of cross-selling, as well as new contingent cases and an increased number of ancillaries. These will be measured through the dollar increase in revenue from multifaceted customers, as well as the number of cases undertaken, as well as the total number of ancillaries. Onto the customer perspective, they want to be able to enhance customer satisfaction as well as increase both their international and community presence. This will be measured through the number of firms acquired as well as the percent of total revenue from ancillaries and the total of win-loss percentage. All of these perspectives will influence the financial perspective, where they want to effectively acquire small firms, develop and grow ancillaries by 20%, as well as increase contingent case wins by a total of 5%. These will be measured through the number of referrals that the firm is taking on, as well as the number of international accounts and projects undertaken.
Good, Peggy. See? I pay you. You give me ideas.
Right, but you never thank me.
And that's what the money's for. Roger, put down that drink. We need you to go over control systems next. I need you to be sober tomorrow when we present. The meeting's at 9 a.m. I want you to stop drinking tonight by midnight.
Midnight? That's when round 2 begins. Alright. Okay. D&M has 4 ways of minimizing control system costs. Number 1, they've got this client satisfaction program, which involves on-site interviews to determine areas of the client-attorney relationship, kind of like this relationship, that worked well. Second, they have consensus-based decision-making. This is good. Want them to keep their buddy-buddy system, allowing everyone a say in the decision-making. It works, and it keeps everyone happy. Third, spread decision-making power as the business grows, so that decisions can actually get made. And finally, to pacify the crybabies, that don't like controls, D&M treats equity and non-equity partners the same in all aspects except compensation, which is absurd, but it has been shown to reduce tension and was actually a good idea and should be kept.
Alright everybody, just to recap. So we covered the strategy map. We discussed the direction we want Duane Morris going. That led us to the reasons for growth, those being mergers and lift outs. We want to outline the main systems of Simon's levers of control. Keep the employees at Duane Morris on the right strategic path. This led us up to the balanced scorecard, which Peggy did a surprisingly well job. Each of these metrics on the scorecard has a measurement. This will allow Duane Morris to take these measures to their board of directors. Finally, that leads us to the minimization of system controls and all that comes with that. I think that's a wrap for today. Any last thoughts or objections?
You know that Mr. Norman Sheehan, they have got him work for them. We need to recommend that they should fire him. It doesn't fit with their culture.
I'll cheers to that.
Here, here.